Today is the day of salvation. Choose to be saved. Choose God. Choose peace. Choose joy. Choose all the wonderful good things that the Lord can give you. But the only way you can get these things is you have to give your life to Him. You have to allow yourself. You have to allow Him to be the Lord of your life. You have to choose Him. You have to willingly choose Him. And we think that coming to God is just a bunch of rules and regulations. And no. That's what all these other people want you to. That's not the truth. That's not the good news. The good news is it doesn't matter what you've done. The good news is it doesn't matter what you think is wrong with you, or what you think you can't do, or what you this and that. All those things that you think you aren't. For example, you may think you're a failure. You may think you can't do a certain thing. But the word says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So this lets you know you can do all things through Christ. But without Christ, can you really do anything? No. That's even just one. Christ says you're worthy. Christ says you're loved. Christ says you're redeemed, you're forgiven. Man, we need to realize that heaven is not earth. Heaven, things are different. Love is real up there. We live in a fallen, broken world. You can't find true love in a world that doesn't even give love. This world offers you hate, pain, problems, troubles. That's what this world offers you. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, though, because in the same world, you can have people who are living miserably and you can have people who are living happy. The only difference is the people that are living happier are the people who are choosing to be happy. People who, for example, if you give your life to God and you just trust and believe that God is really taking care of you and God will deliver and hold up His end of the deal, man, that's peace in itself. Choosing to turn to God when times are hard, choosing to turn to God when you feel like you can't do it, when you feel like you can't forgive someone, when you feel like, just those things that make it hard for us. For example, someone can hurt you and you may find it's hard to forgive that person, but it's like, just pray to God. God is here for us. We can't do all things, but through Christ we can do all things. Through Christ we are more than conquerors, So choose to be saved. We are really missing out on so many good things that God has for us because we are not choosing Him. We're not going after the blessings He has for us. And these things can only be found when you trust Him, when you choose Him first, when you really, really have a relationship with Him and you love Him. So choose to be saved. Why would you not want to be saved? Why would you live this earth miserably and then go to eternity miserable as well? What's the point? Christ has died. Christ died to give you a choice. You see, before Christ died, sin could take control because there was no other alternative. But see, now Christ died to make it possible for you to turn to God, so that no matter what you've done, no matter who you think you are, no matter what reason you feel like you can't go to God, it doesn't exist. That doesn't apply. Christ won everything on the cross. Christ gave us everything. He gave us Himself, and now He's given us access to His Father. And it says, there is no name under heaven by which we must be saved. So you need to choose Christ because He's the only one who truly, truly loves you. And He says He goes to prepare a place for us. He goes to set everything up so that when the time for Him to come back for us, when the time comes for Him to come back, He will take you with Him to eternal happiness and glory. Who doesn't want that? After such a life as this, I think I want rest. I think I want peace. I think I want endless joy and happiness. I don't know who wouldn't want that. I don't know why anyone would not want that. I don't know why anyone would not want to have a God that is more than willing to bless them, love them, genuinely and lovingly do anything for them. He's a loving Father. He's a loving Father. Why would you not want to be reconciled to Him? He is more than willing to be your friend, to be anything you need Him to be. That's the thing we're missing out. Because why would you not want God to carry your burdens? I mean, these burdens, I sometimes when even I'm human as well, I usually be tripping sometimes. But I really realized that I don't have to trip. I don't have to feel this kind of way. I don't have to. I really, really don't have to. God is right there for me, and He's just a prayer away. Like when Peter was sinking, Peter, they were scared because Jesus was walking on water, and he also wanted to walk on the water, and he's like, Lord, if it's really you, call me to come unto you on the water. And so he did. So now Peter is walking, but then you see the storms and the troubles of life, they began to scare him. He began to feel fearful, and he just called out to the Lord. And it says in the word, and immediately Christ reached out and saved him. The Lord loves us so much. Why would we not want to be reconciled to the safest? Man, that being with God is the safest place you can. It's the happiest. There's nothing like it. You are never, ever, ever going to find anything that truly compares to the Lord. There is nothing and no one like Him. It even says in His word, who is like you? Who? Because honestly, nothing or no one offers the benefits that God does. And it even says in His word, forget not His benefits. Don't forget the Lord's benefits, because His grace, His mercy, His forgiveness, it's so sweet for your soul. His peace, His joy. And these are just spiritual things. Now let's come. Now even if we don't even talk about the material things, because at the end of the day, material things are just material things. I mean, it's like we just keep wanting more and more and more, but the things of the Spirit truly, truly satisfy. So, and God is Spirit. So now when you choose to be spiritually blessed, you'll realize that these material things really don't have the same value that we think they have. They don't really matter as much, because now you're able to realize that there's more to life than just things. There's more to life than just what we see. There's more to life than honestly, the crazy thing about it is what we see is the least realistic part about all this. It's honestly insane, because it feels real, but it's not real. It's how do I put it? It's like it's like, okay, I don't know how to put it for you. The things of the Spirit, it's just hard to explain it in a way. You can see it spiritually, but then now I'm in a human body. I don't know I don't really have the words to explain. These are things you just have to learn and see for yourself. I can't really come and explain to you what it feels or looks like, these spiritual things. These are things you have to build a relationship with God, and then you'll be able to see and find them out for yourself. But the thing is, God is more than willing. He's more than willing to do it for you. You just have to trust Him. You just have to turn to Him. You just have to love Him. You just have to put Him first. Choose to be with Him. Choose to be on God's side, because God is always right. So choose to be saved. Why would you not want to be saved? Christ is, honestly, personally speaking, Christ has been the best thing that ever happened to my life. I won't even lie to you. Ever since I found Him, it's never been the same. It really hasn't. And honestly, the time I gave my life to Him, when I truly decided to take things more seriously with Him, life really changed. It's been going up from there since. I mean, yeah, sure, I still go through my problems, my trials, but it says in God's word, and those that wait on the Lord shall mount up on wings like eagles. I've been saying it in my videos, yeah, but they shall run and not faint, and they shall walk and not be weary, or something like that. So basically what this is saying is, when you wait on God, when the storms of life come, when you trust God, you'll realize that the same things that would burden and tire you and frustrate and really get to you, they really don't, because now you're able to soar high above the situation, the problem. And man, that's sweet. That's a good thing, because now, yeah, sure, the problem is there, the situation or the thing is there, but you're able to go above and beyond it, because you can't handle a situation on the level you see it at. You have to be able to go above and beyond so that you can sort it out. Because if you've reached, I mean, okay, I don't know how to put it. It's kind of like, okay, this is a bad example, but in like anime, you know how like the hero has to like fight the villain or something, and the villain most times is always overpowering them. Actually, even let's look at Marvel's Avengers. Thanos was able to destroy half the population because of his own selfish whatevers. And so the heroes, they chose not to give up. They chose to fight. They chose to go beyond. They made a way when there was no way. You see, it's like saying you just have to go beyond. You get what I'm saying? You just have to really, really push and try, and you realize that things are really possible. And you see, the thing is, God will always make a way. Let's look at the story of when God was saving the Israelites. Yeah, when he was saving them, there were enemies behind. There was no way they could turn to the left or to the right. The only thing in front of them was some water body. I don't remember what it's called. The Red Sea, I think. The only way they made it across was God making a way. He separated the waters. When I'm telling you, God can make a way. He can make a way. He can give you the strength to go beyond. He can give you the strength to do more. He can give you all you need. But you have to trust him. You have to give your life to him. You have to surrender to him. You have to put him first. So choose to be saved. It's truly an amazing thing to have. And where else are you really going to find the benefits that the Lord gives? I've lived long enough to say, man, I've tried a lot of things, but nothing has ever truly satisfied like the Lord. Honestly, nothing has ever satisfied like the Lord. And I'm even happy to say that I've been seeking and pursuing and chasing after God. I'm not even tired yet. I feel like I can keep going. I feel like I can even keep going. Sometimes, yeah, it gets tiring. Sometimes it gets hard. But see, that's what I'm saying. The Lord will be there for you. You just have to trust him. Without trusting him, then he's not really going to do that much, because he needs your trust. Otherwise, he's not going to come and impose and force anything on you, especially if you don't want it. So choose to be saved. We are really missing out on so many benefits. Choose God. Choose him always. It's so amazing to have God in your life. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do it by yourself. I mean, it's like saying, let's say you're doing like anything, and there's equipment to do that thing, but then you just decide to use your hands, and now you have all these bruises, and now your hand is messed up. You can barely use it because why? You just refuse to use equipment that was readily available there for you. But you see, what's the point? You get, that's the point I'm trying to. There's no real point. You're just going to be the one losing at the end of the day, because you're going to suffer. Because there's a real enemy out there trying to get us. There's a real enemy trying to take us out. So you see, we can either choose to have to either use the equipment that God is giving us, the spiritual equipment, spiritual armor, spiritual coating that he can provide for you. Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find. So you can either allow yourself to be protected and allow yourself to work efficiently and effectively, or you can just choose to use your hands and mess yourself up. I don't know what the point of that would be, but you get the point I'm trying to make. I really hope you do. But it's just so amazing to have the Lord. He loves you. He loves you so much. He died for you. What wouldn't he give you? He gave you his only son. What more would he not give you? He loves us so much. So you can choose him. You can trust him. You can love him. You can put him first. It will take time to build, but just know you can, because he will be there for you, and he really, really does love you. And especially if you choose him and put him first, oh my days, you will really, really see things change. It may not look how you want or feel, but you really need to understand that God works in his way and in his own time. And either way, he knows best. He knows way better than we ever will. So we can trust him. We can trust that he knows best. And he really does love us. He really, really does. So I encourage us today to trust him and to put our faith in him, because it's really worth it at the end of the day.